Okay, our next citizen wishing to be heard would be Mr. John Quarterman. Please come forward, state your name and your address, please.
Howdy. You got the name right, John Quarterman. Live on Quarterman Road, have a mailing address in town. We've been through that before. The residence is 6565 Quarterman Road. Alrighty, let's see. A trust indenture is a legal contract, if I'm not mistaken. A thought came to my mind related to that while I was hearing that item, is building a well, as someone pointed out, often leads to subdividing and development. It's kind of curious why anything involving a trust indenture for a well doesn't get a public hearing. Now, maybe that's a legal question. Maybe the state doesn't require it. But a lot of commissions actually let the public speak on any item. For example, the Tallahassee Council lets anyone sign up at the beginning and say, I want to speak on X, and they do. It's a thought, something to consider. But during that particular item, I found it particularly refreshing to hear Commissioner Page say that he was concerned about what the majority of the neighboring property owners think about the use or potential use of the property, and the nearby property owners and the majority of people who live in that area. Now, it's curious how we didn't hear much concern about that on an item a few meetings back about Old State Road, because the majority of the people who lived in that area did not want that road closed. The majority of the property owners, as near as I could tell from the names on the petition, did not. But no one seemed concerned about that. It is a nice concern to have. Now, at that time, I heard through various people that the main reason, and correct me if I'm wrong here, the main reason that the commission decided to close that road was they were afraid that the applicant might sue. Now, I cannot believe that any of the commissioners personally would be afraid of that, because you're all veterans of elections. Why should you be afraid of a simple lawsuit? I mean, surely things happen in elections that are much worse than that. So I'm guessing it must have been because of the expense of the legal defense of the lawsuit. I mean, I would guess you wouldn't want to have taxpayers pay for a thing like that, even though I assume you have directors and officers insurance, but still. So that leads to my question, which is, why, if it wasn't a good use of taxpayer money to defend a lawsuit that was even potential, didn't even know if it would happen, why is it a good use of taxpayer money to initiate a lawsuit against a business in the county that has a valid business permit? Like one of the previous speakers, I don't really understand that. And I'm wondering if perhaps the commissioners or the chairman could explain that to the public, not just to an individual. That's my question.
At this time, we can't discuss that issue.
Thank you.
Okay.